And welcome to my channel. For this video, I basically wanted to show you just a couple of things I've been drawing since I was gone. One of those things you already seen from my shorts or my TikTok, either one's fine. And then the other one's just a little bit different just more of a revamp than anything else. For this first one, this is me at first basically trying to play with more different poses, more poses than what I normally do, other than just a whole standing thing. And really just making the poses to the point to where the hair looked very cool with it, and it looked like it was actually moving along with the pose. In the end, I regret making the skirt look like that. It didn't really flow with the overall pose as well. The overall ended up covering a lot of things, so I would definitely change that looking back at it. And overall, I really like the hair. Just wish it was just a little bit more flowy. After I get my line art down, I just start with putting down all the base colors that I want. That will include skin color and everything else like that. After doing this, I realized she kind of looked more like a long-haired buttercup from Powerpuff Girls. And so I decided to change her eyes just so she has like, a little bit like difference in it. And then after that, it was basically me trying to shade everything and make all everything look more dynamic or more round, and make things that were coming at you look more pointed than anything else. It was kind of hard for me. I didn't really look up any tutorials for it. It was just me trying to play based off what I know. It didn't turn out too great, obviously, but I still somewhat liked it because it was a start compared to not trying at all. One thing that was definitely like a habit for me, or was always making the skin like shaded a certain way. I always have a habit of going pretty light with the skin and then heavy with the clothing. I decided to go just as heavy with the skin this time, and honestly didn't like it. There's some things that I had to like go around and erase because of just how intense it looked. And there's some shadows that look definitely weird along with different highlights. So I think eventually after this I went around and changed it. But also I decided to add something I haven't added to some of my drawing in a long time. I don't think I ever posted these old drawings that I used to do, but I used to make them a lot of times with like powers and like glowies, so it looked like the magic was glowing around them. So I got to do this with this drawing, and I'm so happy I did it with it. I just like the way how it naturally flows, and like it looked like she was actually just holding it with her. Of course, I could have really went over with better with like the shine of how it was coming off, but I absolutely loved the magic in general. Overall, I enjoyed making, and if I had a chance to revamp this, I definitely would. Speaking of revamps, I decided to revamp not one of my favorites, but a character I definitely felt like needed more justice for like their body type, I guess you could say. And I took some inspiration from some of my favorite characters like Vi and Savika from Arcane, Korra and Shira, obviously from Shira. And the fact that women were muscular. I always have a habit of falling into the same body types when I get too comfortable with something I absolutely despise about myself. So I decided to make the women have a little bit more muscle for this one, and I'll show you the one I'm doing. Essentially, I wanted to go with a whole like caveman prehistoric look mixed with like a scientist, but I forgot to do the caveman like strong part, and honestly it just looks terrible from that point right there. I was giving a lot of caveman aspects, but didn't really go with like the whole caveman body type. I know there's not a specific one, but I definitely just want to give more of muscle in anything. Other changes I made were like the hairstyle, making the bone a little bit smaller, maybe because either she got bigger or I always felt that the bone was weirdly out of place for the character, so I absolutely changed it. And I changed her dress. Originally it was supposed to be like leaves sweeping over her. I still kept the leaves aspect, but made it to where maybe the leaves were just getting more ripped or something like that. I tried to transfer her skin color as best as I could. I even tried to eye drop it. Don't know if it was correct or not. It seems correct through the camera. And then also give her some gauntlets on her her forearm, because I just wanted to make sure it was just something a little bit cool, more accessories. I shortened her sleeves a whole lot more. And her hair was probably the hardest part to recreate for me because I don't remember how I did it. Of course, I could have went back and just watched the video for it. Wasn't feeling all that. I was trying to do it as quickly as possible. Turns out it wasn't going to be quick, so I just might as well just did it like the long way and just took my time with it. So eventually I do it that way. As you can see, the last thing for me to do is my shading, or in some place rendering in some aspects. I do seem to like it a lot of times, like adding extra shading or making it look more towards you, or more like pop, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what to fully call it, but I actually liked it ever since I tried it recently. This is me just giving like a little bit of flair to the hair, like little specks, like her hair is actually on fire. Originally, that's what I wanted to go for the flame character, but it just didn't turn out right, and it just looked like a bob that just has dye. Don't know. And this is me adding flames back to the jacket. I almost forgot them. Overall, I love this redesign, and I think it's way better than the original. Alright, this is going to be it for my video. If you want to say, please comment down below. Anything else you want to see, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.